Today on True North Outdoors, we're looking at the Gerber Suspension. Hey guys, we got a multi-tool up on the desk today. This is the Gerber Suspension. It is a 12-tool multi-tool, and right off the get-go, I gotta give Gerber credit. They've solved one of the things that I hate about a lot of multi-tools, and that's the fact that you have to open up the tool. And for some reason, a lot of original full-size multi-tools opened up, and the tools came out of the inside. And I don't know why anybody ever designed them that way. The way they should be designed is like this is, whereas all of your tools come out the extended part of the knife or the exterior of the knife, and you don't have to actually open up the tool to access them. A second big bonus that Gerber put into this is every single tool on these multi-tools locks. The locking mechanism right on the end of both handles of the plier, if you will. Another feature I really like about these is the fact I can access the blades with one hand via thumb stud. Got an 1.75 inch roughly sheep's foot blade on the one handle. And on the other handle, you have a serrated blade. Then of course they lock in. Oh, this one just failed to lock. Why is that like that? Here we go, we're finding something out right as we go along here. And I think it is. Yeah, that's it. The way I carry this thing is when I pull it out, the lanyard hole's actually not locked open all the time. So on this side, it's worth noting that your tools aren't going to lock open if you run a lanyard like this. Alright, now tool-wise you have your pliers. These are pretty standard. There's a little bit of slop in the joint, but it's not horrible. One thing I do like is when they do open, they are cammed, and you can hear a positive click when the handles actually engage. Solid enough. I do believe the handles are supposed to be aluminum on this. So just running down the sides on this, we have our blade, which is a sheep's foot style, about 1.75 inches. Now the tools in the middle are a little difficult to get out if you don't have fingernails. And beside the blade we have our standard or medium-sized slot screwdriver. Beside that we have a two-dimensional Phillips driver. And this does work fairly well. I've used this on a lot of things at work. It's you hear me say I use this at work a lot and all these tools and stuff, but I actually do because I don't like running back and forth to find tools in the toolbox or anything like that. I use my multi-tool for a lot of things. And then we have a metal saw. It doesn't really go through steel. It's more, you can get through aluminum and copper with it, but that's about it. And on the other side we have a serrated blade. It's about 1.75 inches. Not overly sharp. I'm not a big fan of the serrations Gerber used on this. And beside that we have our combo can opener and bottle opener. And we'll just put this down here for a sec. We'll actually give it a run through here as I'm getting supper ready, and you can see how it works. Alright, now the heavy breathing you can hear behind me is not me getting excited to open this can. It's as soon as you open the pantry around here, the hooch comes and thinks he's going to get something to eat. But nonetheless, yeah, I struggle with it. It's definitely not a Victorinox. It does work. I probably used my recruit before I fought through the whole thing with this though, but in a pinch it will open your can for you. And just because I'm in the mood, we'll see how the bottle opener works. Now this is a twist off, but it'll give us a good idea. And it's incredibly difficult to do this with your hand through a tripod. The bottle opener actually does work fairly well though. You can't see it, but I'm actually got my forearm sort of caught in the inner workings here. Cheers. Alright, next to that we have the small slot screwdriver. And the grind on these are actually fairly decent. And last but not least, tool-wise anyway, is the scissors. Now, not a huge fan. They do cut. They go through the coarse material okay, but just the way they're designed just doesn't feel the best. And you have to spread them wide open and basically put your finger on the blades or the shears to close it. And then, of course, on the end, your lanyard. Alright, I just want to talk about the sheath here for a couple of minutes. It's very rare that I come across a leathersmith, or whatever you would call a leather tradesman these days. And for the price that he charged me for this, I was truly and honestly blown away for the quality of workmanship versus the cost. It was just fantastic. I've had other people make me custom sheaths for other things, and I do generally end up paying a fair bit more. If you are looking for some leather work, I don't know, I doubt he mails items in and out, but he possibly could. Definitely check out Bob's Leather and Heavy Stitching in Amherstburg, Ontario. He definitely will make you something that will make you happy, especially work-wise. Like, this is built like a tank. And he got it back to me relatively quickly while I was still working in Amherstburg. Overall, for what you're looking for in a full-size multi-tool, this does everything you need it to do. Definitely does the job. It's right at the price point of about $50. It's a fair bit cheaper than Leatherman for comparable tools. Now, I've had some issues with Gerber in the last few years. It's I feel their quality has sort of fallen off in a lot of model lines. But other than a little slop in the joint, and only the lanyard hole is the only thing that really comes out gritty, I can't complain about it too much, especially at the price of it. Although compared to the Sheath, I'm much more pleased with the Sheath than I am with the multi-tool. Gerber, if you're going to make a sheath for a tool, it's got to last more than a week when someone takes it to work with them. Because most people aren't buying these to put on a shelf. They're going to use them. Anyway, guys, I thank you for following along, and we'll talk to you next time.